That's right. And we have another one of my favorite people in the world right here, right now. Alynda from Hurray for the Riff Raff. She's here.
Hello.
How are you doing? Welcome home.
Oh, thanks. I'm doing great.
And she is here to show her support for WWOZ by playing live on the air. What are you going to play for us first?
I'm going to play you a new song.
Cool, because you have a new album coming out.
Yeah, in the spring. It's
Okay.
called The Navigator. And I'm going to play a couple of new songs. This one's called Nothing's Gonna Change That Girl.
Okay. 877-907-6999. What key is the song in?
Drop D.
Drop D. So if you're going to call during the song, call in the key of drop D if you can. If you can't do that, then you can do it online at WWOZ.org.
Perfect. Moving from a gift to the sea. Well, I've been called allegedly free. Oh, but nothing gonna change that girl. We say nothing gonna change that girl. Father in oak and time left in glass. You're just looking for some piece of ass. Oh, but nothing gonna change that girl. We say nothing gonna change that girl. Oh, nothing's gonna change that girl. Well, nothing's gonna change that girl. I lost my mind, but now I'm back again. Don't get caught being such a false friend. Oh, but nothing gonna change that girl. We say nothing gonna change that girl. Oh, nothing's gonna change that girl. You know nothing's gonna change that girl. Give me a little more time, or just to get things right. Won't you give me a little more time? Or before you blow up my night. Oh, before you love me like that. Before you love me like that. Oh, before you love me like that. Well, before you love me like that. Before you love me like that. Before you love me like that. Oh, before you love me like that. Well, before you love me like that. 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 Thanks.
That's right. Alynda from Hurray for the Riff Raff here in the WWZ studio helping us out for the fun drive. And you said the new album that's going to be on comes out in the spring?
Yeah.
Cool. And you'll be touring around the same time, I imagine?
Yes.
Do you know where in New Orleans or when, or is that not?
I'm pretty sure we're going to be in New Orleans in May.
Cool.
Yeah, so.
Awesome. Well, we'll look
A
for
little
that.
bit from now, but.
And Alynda's really one of the people who, in the past few years, her career has blossomed. Went from, just playing locally to playing internationally, nationally, on TV, everywhere you look for her. And tell us something nice about OZ to motivate people to call.
Well, it's the first radio station that ever let me play on the air.
There
So
you
that
go.
was really amazing. And every time I go on tour, I have the app, and I listen to it all over the world because it's my favorite radio station.
There you go.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you.
And that app only exists because people like you called 877-907-6999 or went online to wwz.org and donated. So keep the great music flowing at 90.7 FM on the internet and on people's cell phones too.
That's right. And again, this is really one of the rarest radio stations where musicians, whether they're traveling around and touring, can kind of come in and help promote a song or an album or a gig that they're doing, because it's all about community. It's like we're providing the musicians back to the listeners. The musicians provide their help during the fund drive and giving us that great music. And now it's your turn as the community to give something back to us. So if you've ever had a moment touched by WWOZ, we want you to come back and give it back to us. 1-877-907-6999 or online at wwoz.org/donate.
There you go. Alynda, why don't you play another song for us?
This is a city song. It's called Living in the City. Well, I got hurricane. Oh, and Big Danny is wasted. He said I'm the sweetest thing, oh, that he's never tasted. Mariposa singing love songs. She's all in her dark apartment. 14 floors of birthing and 14 floors of dying. Living in the city, we're just living in the city. Oh, living in the city, well, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. I take you to the stairwell and I give you something I can offer. You know, the heart, it's not the hopeless. The heart is a lonely hunter. Hot long summer days, we're just sneaking by the river. Oh, I lock my dreams away and I watch the city quiver. Living in the city, we're just living in the city. Oh, living in the city, well, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Gypsy bit the dust. The stuff you had, it was poison. And now everybody wants just a taste of what we sold him. Standing on the rooftops, we're just yelling till the morning, all surrounded by the visions of all who came before them. Living in the city, we're just living in the city. Oh, living in the city, well, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Living in the city, we're just living in the city. Oh, living in the city, well, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Oh, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Thanks.
That's awesome. Alynda, hooray for the Riff Raff's new album comes out in the spring, and they'll be touring right around that time, so look out for them. And, of course, you'll hear it here on WWOZ. Thank you so much, Alynda, for coming by.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Thank you for sharing that beautiful, beautiful music with us. What's that song called?
Living in the City.
Living in the City. Very nice. All right, you are listening to WWOZ. It is our membership drive. Jerry, how do they support the station?